Well, I'm back again, and this time I read a post on Facebook, or rather, I heard one, and it's about this public school that wants to teach that pedophilia is a sexual orientation that must be taught to children and to normalize it. I'm just, I'm appalled that people would even consider thinking that way to abuse a kid. I mean, even in prisons, you know, pedophiles are beaten up because in in prisoners, even prisoners know that it's wrong to do that kind of stuff. So where is the morality in our world today? If people even contemplate that, you know, abusing kids is just practically all right. And somehow I knew this was going to happen a few years ago when transgenders try to claim their own right to for their own sexual orientation. But to even contemplate abusing a kid is just, I'm honestly speechless. And I've heard that from this exact video that the kids that were molested, they committed suicide. So honestly, think about it. If pedophilia was honestly okay and it was another sexual preference like heterosexuality, then it would be accepted in each community. It would be accepted in the world. There wouldn't be any kids that would commit suicide because this would be the way things are and the way things should be. But the fact is, it is not. It is a perversion. It's just disgusting to even contemplate seeing a child to be abused, seeing the confusion in their eyes during the whole thing. You know what really irritates me and angers me is the fact that we have out there pedophiles who know that they think that it is totally all right to do that. And that is what really bothers me. And I know Jesus died for them, but I can't even imagine Jesus taking the sin of pedophilia on him. I mean, he who knew no sin became sin for us so that we could become the righteousness of God. I mean, I can't imagine how Jesus felt taking any sin on him and how he felt afterwards. And then just the whole pedophilia, how he took that upon his own self. I can't imagine how grieved he was. But yes, he did die for them. But I just can't. I'm appalled that this world would even consider teaching something like that. You know, and if you have heard my other videos, I was sexually abused by a friend of the family. He used to take me to secluded spots and he used to abuse me. But to win my trust, he used to take me to these fun places like carnivals. He used to take me out to eat, out to bowl. And it was something that I never did before. I mean, my family's not that kind of family that would go out to those places like that. We mostly just did nothing. But when he took us out to these places, he won my trust, and he made himself like a part of the family, so that we would care and that we would love him. But when he abused me, he used to show me these pornographic pictures, and that is how the enemy got a hold of me. And that's where my own, that is where the enemy got me off track. You know, maybe I could have came to God earlier in my life, but that is where the enemy tried to confuse me. And I remember he used to show me these pornographic pictures of, couples having sex, and it polluted my mind. And when he used to abuse me, I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. What was happening? Was this normal? And so I can understand how a lot of people would choose homosexuality. It's either they have the redemptive gift of mercy and they want to be hugged and acknowledged by their dad, but their dads are they're macho, and they say, man, get away from me. What are you, gay? So then they start thinking, well, maybe I am. And so they start acting along that, and it's just, there's the confusion. When really, the redemptive gift of mercy is the Father heart of God and how he loves us. I have a mercy redemptive gift, and so it's naturally seeing things from God's point of view, from his heart, and how he feels about people. And I'm sure there's a lot more to that, but that's one of the ways the enemy has confused people of the world and those that have chosen homosexuality. But in this world, it's going to get increasingly evil. So we need to protect our kids at all costs. I don't know how long it is until, the government's going to consider it a crime to homeschool our kids, but that is what really needs to happen. Because how long until teachers are forced to teach this garbage? How long until our kids are going to be taken into a bathroom and abused by teachers or by students who are confused? And if you say something against it, then it will be considered a crime, and you'll be put into jail. Pedophilia is a perversion of the love that we would show children, hugging them, being there for them, but instead the enemy has twisted it and brought so much darkness to where it would destroy a child's life. We need to protect our kids. I'm not saying that we should, kill pedophiles and hurt them and all that. That's not about it. As Christians, we need to show them the light. Show them that their lifestyle is sin. And sin is something that Jesus had already taken care of on the cross. He already died to sin. Pedophiles, I don't know. Maybe they were abused by older people. We don't know how that has happened, but they weren't born that way. It could be a generational curse in which the enemy has opened the door at a young age and brought this confusion in and this attraction to younger kids. But whatever it is, Jesus can fix. Jesus can turn a life around. So in this dark world, we need to be lights. We don't need to follow along with the darkness. We need to love as Jesus loves, and this is something that we as Christians need to remember. But that doesn't mean that it's okay to give our kids to darkness and to allow this stuff to happen. We need to fight these kind of rulings to where our kids can be protected. So, thank you for watching, and stay tuned.